Marc, last week we announced a partnership between Itron and NVIDIA to accelerate the delivery of artificial intelligence and like technology into the energy utility and industry. How do you think about that?
Oh, it's an exciting opportunity for NVIDIA. As you know, we go to market through a partner ecosystem, and to be partnered with Itron, the leader in edge computing and edge delivery of outcomes, is fantastic. We're really excited about the partnership.
Right. Well, so are we, and certainly we see a giant opportunity now with really meters and endpoints turning into grid sensors and the huge volume of data that we're capable of bringing back, combined with the huge volume of data we already have from our customers around the world. Just super excited about the opportunity to go ahead and turn that data into real insights on behalf of our customers and the end consumer. You've been in this industry quite a while. What are some of the things that kind of excite you most when you think about what sort of value can be brought to the utility industry and to the end consumer?
Well, this industry right now is prime for disruption, right? There's so many things changing on the grids. The tremendous increase in distributed energy resources while having to increase reliability, resilience. This industry has significant data, and how AI is going to unlock that data and be able to create models and then push them out to the edge is going to be tremendous in the way that we're able to incorporate cleaner energy and better outcomes for the entire industry. And I think, based on what you see here, the industry's ready for it, right? They're looking for solutions to solve some of the hardest problems that they're going to face over the next decade.
Yeah, it was interesting, right? In the keynote following Tom Dietrich, we had a senior leader from Encore talk about the giant growth coming from not just data centers, which of course is something your company is helped contributing to, but also from end consumers, electrification, population growth. And so yeah, the industry is facing kind of all those challenges, coupled with the fact that the grid is now becoming two-way as we're deploying rooftop solar, stationary batteries, of course electric vehicles and the premise of vehicle to grid. So I'm just wondering, are there any key lessons learned from what you've done so far that you think the energy utility and industry should really be paying attention to?
Well, I think as this industry continues to move in this direction, they can learn a lot from other industries, right? Other industries like autonomous vehicles, like healthcare, like retail and others who have deployed AI out at the edge already. There's a lot we can learn from there. The grid is the largest machine in the world, right? And it's becoming more and more complex with the bidirectional nature of it. Mobile batteries in the form of EVs, rooftop solar and other types of generation that create disturbances on the grid, and the ability to manage that at different endpoints on the grid and condition that to give the responses that grid operators will want is extremely complex, and therefore, you're right, grid sensing at the edge, being able to apply the models, and taking all the decades of data and being able to leverage that in the form of knowledge to help people be better informed of the decisions that they're going to make in the future. All the inputs are there today, and now it's with companies like Itron and NVIDIA working together that we're going to help deliver these solutions to the market.
Yeah, I think talking with our customer panel yesterday, and then you had the opportunity to join a smaller set of our customers before that. This notion of really AI technology combined with data being able to solve the problem of how do you stabilize the grid at scale.
Right.
And it's not going to come through a giant centralized machine. Obviously there's going to be some decisions that'll be made centrally, and there'll be some analysis that'll be happening centrally, but being able to distribute that and having the grid be self-healing, and I forget which customer it was, but there's notion of, well, if you can balance things out in a home, if you can balance energy at a transformer, if you can balance it out in the neighborhood, well, now you've decomposed that complex problem into a series of much smaller problems that is ultimately going to make it much easier to solve this for the whole industry, and I think that's exactly where we're headed.
No, I agree, and what I think AI is going to bring to this is the ability to take some of the routine tasks that this industry does and automate those very quickly and take some of the smartest minds that are in this industry and focus them on the future problems and augment them with the data and the knowledge to solve those problems that they couldn't possibly access in the time frame that they have to solve these problems. So combining all of those things, we're going to see outcomes that we've never seen before in this industry. So giving them access to the knowledge that these companies have accumulated throughout the years and being able to serve up that knowledge in a way that they can easily consume it to make better decisions and automate those things that, once again, are mundane tasks, so that they can really focus on the complex problems that this industry is going to face in the future in creating a more robust and reliable grid with all of the complexity that's going to face us. It's pretty important.
Yeah, and you mentioned ecosystem, and certainly that's a key part of it as well, right? It's not going to just be our two companies, it's going to take a village here. And the good news is we have an industry where it facilitates and promotes collaboration. I know you just announced something with EPRI. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So last week as well at our Global Technology Conference, we released the Open Power AI Consortia, which has basically been brought together. It's a group of industry utilities, technology companies, EPRI, some universities, and industry leaders like yourselves to basically create an open source industry model, highly trained on the power industry. And this is going to help us accelerate the work, as opposed to all of these different organizations building their own models or starting with a generic large language model. EPRI has given us a lot of data, and working with a company called Articulate, we've developed the first model that was released last week. And moving forward, we're going to get more and more proprietary data from these companies that's not confidential, but basically is not available on the internet. So therefore, they're not in existing models. But this will allow these companies and utilities and tech companies like ourselves to really accelerate the adoption of this AI in the industry.
Yeah, I think that acceleration and achievement of velocity is really key, right? Time is the enemy. That's the one thing we're all short of. So if we can bring these new innovations to market more quickly, standing on the shoulders of those that have already done all the hard work and have braved the trail for us, then all the better. So
that's right.
Really look forward to the partnership, and appreciate all you've done so far.
I appreciate it. Thank you.